Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's well today. My name's Lorraine, and I'm from the Fraser Coast area in Queensland, in Australia. I actually live in Maryborough. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator for Stampin' Up. Um, today I'm going to be once again sort of flying by the seat of my pants because I haven't had time to do much towards a card. Now, there's a good reason for that. So, yesterday was my birthday, and it was my 67th birthday. So it also meant that here in Australia, I reached retirement age. So the day was going quite smoothly, and my son and my grandchildren came in the afternoon and brought me some flowers, and I had mum here during the day and what have you, and my mum's staying with me at the moment, and I had my husband here. And my husband came in to talk to me later in the afternoon, and he said, "Oh, by the way," he said, "we've got a table booked for dinner tonight." And I went, "Oh, have we?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "We're going to the White Lion." So I said, "Oh, okay. Well, what time?" He said, 6:30. So I said, "Okay. Awesome. That's lovely. Thank you." And now I haven't turned my phone off. Let me turn that off. Anyway, sorry, I think I just... Anyway, I sort of started to get ready to go out, what have you, and we got ourselves all together, and off we went down to the place where we were having dinner, and I walked in with my mum because my mum's in a wheelchair, and there was a whole table, big table full of people, and it was all my workmates, and they had organised this dinner for me, which I had no clue about. My husband's kept it a secret. They knew about it a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, they decided they were going to do it, and they organised it. So, what a surprise! It was amazing, and I'm so grateful to them all for for putting that on for me. It was wow. I was shocked. I was amazed, and yeah. So this morning I'm still sort of like coming down from the high, I suppose. But it was an absolutely wonderful evening. All right, so as I've said before, I've been having trouble with the messages coming through, so like the chat. So I can see one person's chat at a time. So I'm going to try something. And Suzanne, good morning. I can see that you're on there. Can you let me know what this does? I'm going to put the overlay on and see what happens. So I'm just going to do it briefly. Okay, so right, so Suzanne, I can see your two messages there. Okay, so I can leave it like that. It's not doing two. You're not getting two different chat boxes or anything like that in YouTube. Okay. I can't see what you've put there, so... Oh. Okay, so will I leave it like that before I pop down onto the desk and see what's going on? All right, we'll just see how that goes. If that's annoying for anybody, please let me know. If you're getting two lots of a chat box, so you're not getting two lots of chat box, Susie, that's great. Okay, awesome. Well, that's how I can see what's going on then. That's amazing. All right, so I will now turn off my phone because I had to do that this morning, and I'm really sorry, but the only way I could really do it was when when I was on because I couldn't check it any other way. So only one chat. That's great. Thank you so much. Now I can see what you probably see. Alrighty, so let's get started this morning. That was wasted about 5 minutes, but that's okay. I'm so sorry, everybody. I hope you bear with me on that. So I'm going to go down to the desktop, which is a complete mess, but that's okay. We can live with that. There we go. So we've got the desktop there. All right, so today I'm going to use the Starstruck embossing folder. Now, bearing in mind, I have no idea yet how this is going to turn out. So I am going to use this folder. I think I've used it once before. It's really pretty. And this is one of the, can you see what we've got there? Let me see if I can pop that down a bit more. It's on a bit of an angle. Okay, so yeah, you can see it's got like the little star bursts on it. I don't know if you can see that. All right, you can probably see it better there. That's how it's going to look. So we're going to use that today. I'm also going to use the Memorable Blooms, which is one of our newer bundles, and I'm going to use these dies, which is from the Memorable Blooms. All right, so I've actually taken one of the dies out, which is this one. So I'm going to use it. I'm not really sure that I'm going to use this middle part yet. So I'm just going to see what I get from just using this. Okay, and I'm basically going to work with a fair bit of white this morning. So to start with, I will cut my card base. That's where I have to make sure I've got plenty of room to my left so that I can pull out the arm. Okay, so I'm going to cut my card base at 5 3/4 by 8. So we'll start at the 5 3/4. And then we'll do the 8. Which we have there. And then I just butt that up against there so that I can fold it, get a good fold in there, and then use the bone folder to do that. It is a beautiful set. It's a great set. Okay, so that's what I have. Just that. So I'm also going to cut, while I'm at it, I'm going to cut a 5 1/2 by 3 3/4 for the insert. By 5 1/2. So that's going to go onto the inside when we're done. I haven't really decided what color. Well, yes, I have. I'm going to do another one that size, so that 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. And this is the piece that I'm going to run through the embossing folder. As you can see, this is out of that A4 piece of paper, sheet of paper, this is all I have wasted. And even that's not wasted because I can put a sentiment on there, and I never thought I could, but I actually can. Sometimes you can put a long, thin sentiment on there. So you don't have to throw anything away, really. You can just keep it. I have these folders, and I just pop all those pieces into the folders like that, so that when I'm ready to use them, I can pull them out. So that's what I've got at the moment. So that's the one that's going to go on there. Now I'm also going to cut. I've got to decide what colors I'm going to use. So we'll just pop the cut and emboss away for a moment, and I'll the cut and emboss. That wasn't a cut and emboss, was it? Okay, so when you're using your folders, so this is just an ordinary folder, so we're just going to pop that in there like that, And if we make sure that it's, you can see a line at the top where it's going to start and finish, and keep it within this line here. Now, sorry, you're going to hear my chair go, and I'll just put that through the cut and emboss machine. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have the number 1, we're going to have the number 3, then the embossing folder, which you put through with the sealed end first. Don't put the other end through first. And then you just run it through the machine once. And then taking out the other end. Okay, so, sorry, I was over there. You run it through with this edge first, and then you just run it through once. You don't take it out. And there's our beautiful, can't see it, can you? Embossed piece of card. You can use it either side. You can use it on the embossed side, or you can use it on the de-embossed side. All right, so let's pop that away. One less thing on the desk that I have to work around. Putting all this back so that I don't. Right. So I've got that. Now what I want to do is I'm going to cut this here now. I'm just trying to think. I'm going to see what this does, because I've got a feeling it's going to do what I want it to do. I use that piece, or will I use that piece? Maybe I use that piece. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this through now and cut this. Beautiful. So I have this, which is quite pretty. And then you've also got this left, which has got like this edge to it here. I'm just going to try something. It won't be a moment, if that makes it any better. Yes, so I've got that edge around there as well. I can use that for something at a later date. You just need to chop off the bits and pieces so it won't go to waste. Now, the plan is that I'm going to pop this up on here with dimensionals, and I'm going to put some flowers and bits and pieces on here. All right, so let's get started. Let's have a look at what I want to use. So I definitely want to cut a couple of these leaves. While I've got this out, I might as well pop that back, mightn't I? There we go. So I want to cut a couple of those, and I'm going to stamp I want one of those. I want a couple of those, and I definitely want those. So let's get all those out ready, and make sure I've got some stamps here. Okay, some clear blocks to put the stamps on, and I'm going to need the bigger one, which seems to have gone AWOL, but I'll use this one for the clear, the big one there. So we're going to do some stamping. We'll get that out of the way, and I'm also going to do some colouring. I'm just hoping that you're not going to get too bored with me colouring. So just pop all these. I did that funny way too, didn't I? And I will stamp those with basic grey. That just gives me a very general colour to work with. Black is very stark. So I'm going to pop, actually I'm going to give them plenty of room because I am going to want to cut them out. Make sure I've got plenty on there. So do one there. Oh, let's hope that comes out when I cut it out. And one there. And then I also want to do one of the bigger ones. So for that, I shall need another piece of white. Let me see what I can find. This piece will do. One that I've been playing with. And clearly I must have cut it wrong because it's in here doing nothing. All right. So now I'm going, because this is a bigger one, I'm going to pop the stamp pad to the stamp. Like that. Oh, look at that. That was lucky. Okay. So that's our stamping done. I'm going to get a piece of green and I'm going to stamp. I'm going to die cut. So again, I have, you know, a folder with the greens in as well. It makes it so much easier to, you know, you can keep your bits and pieces. I'm sure other people have other ways of doing it, but this is, might do that one as well. Oh, I wonder if there's enough of that. Oh, let me look. I love sparkle. I think we definitely need a bit of sparkle in there. If I can get one out of there, that's what we will do. All right, so I'm just going to go and put these through. It's not going to fit that one. Through the cut and emboss machine. I'll tell you what, I will bring it up here because that way then you can see what I'm doing. Just I don't have a lot of room, but we can see. There we go. So one day I'm going to have a house with a huge craft room. It'll be that one I'm going to win in Bribie Island. That'll be it. Okay. Then I can have all my friends over to craft. What a wonderful thing that would be. All right, so that's the first one. Beautiful little die cut, and I'm going to do another of those. Just out of the plain one. I think I'm going to have to change my plates soon. There's the second one, and now let me see. Let me see if I can get one out. I'm sure I can. I'll make sure I can get one out of there. Because a bit of sparkle goes a long way. Move it down there. Is that going to fit? Yes. Oh, yes. And we can pop that through. That's probably my very last piece of sparkly green. I don't think I have any left in the... Let's hope that cut. Yes, it did. Look at that. Sparkly. Sparkly. All right, so that's all I wanted to cut out of there for now. And what I'll do is I'll come back after I've coloured these others in and get that out of the way now, that green. I'm going to do a bit of quick colouring. Oh, I'm excited about that now. On here. So I don't have a huge amount of the blends yet. I try to get one every time I put in an order or one set, but it doesn't always work because I always think of something else that I want. However, if you can all block your mind and know that you can get the same sort of colours through Stampin' Up, I have I've always had a full set of Spectrum Noir, so I may have to pull those out just to get a couple of different colours in there, but you just have to ignore it. Yes, I love glitter too. It's great, isn't it? All right, so let's see. I'll try and work with the blends as much as I can. So I'm going to use, this is the Lemon Lolly, and I'm going to just I'm on the dark one at the moment, so I'm just going to do some of these bits here with the dark. And maybe just go in a little bit. Now, there's not a lot of room on there, so we'll do the green on there. And then I'm going to change it to the light. And I'm not using the paintbrush end, I'm using the other end. And we'll just go around with the light, and that will blend that together. Okay, I could probably do with another green, but the only other colors I have with this are blues, I believe. So we'll just go in there and we'll go in here. Now all I'm going to do here is I'm going to use some dark and some light and just do these. I'll do the stem through, and I'll do some of these in the dark and some in the lighter. Here we go, quiet time. Let's hold the tongue right time. So I'm just doing this quickly because I don't want to be here forever and having you watch me do loads and loads and loads of this. So then I'll go back to the light and just finish those off. And there is a bit here. Like I said, I had planned to do all this last night, but you know how things never work out the way you expect them to. And I'm certainly not going to complain. Alrighty, so we have that one. Going to do the same down here. So I'm going to, good morning, Tanya. How are you? Lovely to see you this morning. I'm just going to do one side with the darks. So the side that's got the most ink is the side that I'm doing with the dark, and then I'm going to use the light here. Unfortunately, there's not a huge difference, is there? I might have to get one of the others out in a minute. Maybe we can just work with this, we'll see. Oh, and then I've got this one as well. So we've got the darks. So how is everybody? It's a bit overcast here today, but it's still humid and warm. I did get all my washing dry yesterday, which was great. So I'll come to that one in a minute because I don't want to be doing that for too long. So in the middle of here, I want some yellow. So this one I am going to have to, I think that's the yellow I use. Check. Yeah. So in this one, sorry, we'll just ignore the markers that I'm using, but I want to just go into the center there with that yellow. And then I will use this one, which is the light one. It's the dark and the light. So this is, if I had it up the right way, I'd read it, light Highland Heather and the darker Highland Heather. So I'll use the darker one coming out from around that. My silly watch again. I'll take it off. Try not to make that too much of a straight line. In there and do some. And then we'll use this one. Now see, this is the light and it is blending in there with the yellow center. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in there. Whoops, that's well over the line, Lorraine. No, it's not. There it is there. And I'm going to go back in with this yellow and just blend that a little bit more. So it comes out into the center. All right, let's do the same again. So this is the dark, so we'll start with the dark, coming out from the center. And then we will do the light again. Oops. Looks like there's a bit of green there I've missed. I've missed it on the other one as well. There's a couple of leaves on that one. All right, so let's just go back and do, oh no, that's that. Is that, or is that, no, you know what that is? That is, oops, I don't want that one. That is that flower. That is that petal, and this. Isn't it funny when you look for something and look at something and you can't quite work out what it is? And that too. So there we are. That's those done, and I will just take my yellow again and blend that in. It gives us that different color through the middle. So that's those. So I'm going to run those through the Stampin' Emboss machine, and then we'll do the big one. So let me have a look. So these little ones are this one here. Oh, so the messages are repeated on the screen. Okay. All right, we didn't think they were. I can take that off if you like. So let me take that off. It won't affect us. Oh. Oh my goodness, driving down from Broome. Oh my goodness, down to Perth. That's a heck of a drive. Hi Kynan, how are you? I'm just going to take this. I'm going to take that overlay off. Is that better? Is that better? Just seeing the one. I wondered if it would do that, and when there was just Suzanne on before, it wasn't affecting it, but clearly it is now. I thought that happened before. I actually have to look again at a video to see if I can work out how to stop it. So it does talk about having the okay, so Tanya was and you weren't, Suzanne, is that correct? Now I wonder how that worked. Tanya, are you on Facebook? You're on YouTube. And now that's moved. Back on again. I should really get some tape out, shouldn't I? All right, so let's do the first flower. There we go. And we will do the next flower. Okay, Suzanne, so now I'm stumped again as to what people can see and what they can't see. If I've got anybody at the moment, is there anybody on Facebook that noticed anything? Kynan, were you on Facebook? No messages. I'm seeing yours, Suzanne. Yeah. Okay. Had me worried there. I thought I could see in the chat, but also a message on the screen of your camera. Yes, that's right. That's what happened last time, which is what I really wanted to try and avoid. I'm trying to get it so that I can see more than one person at a time, because currently I can only see, like I can see your last message there, Tanya, but if I look down and do something and someone else messages, then I lose yours and I have to scroll up. So I can only see one message at a time, which becomes a little bit daunting, and I don't want people to think that I'm totally ignoring them. So, okay, so I've just gone and done that leaf there. So that's that. Now, like I said, I don't want to bore you with colouring, but I'm about to just colour the big flower and then I'll cut that out. Now, I think we'll just go with the same colours. I think those greens work. Let me just have a, because I'm going to be using because I'm going to be using those others in the background. Well, that's very similar to what I'm using, so I won't use that one. Got a this one's quite a dark one, I think. All right, maybe we'll just pop this one in on a couple of places. So again, just ignore what I'm using here. That's a very dark green that I'm using in there. So I can use that down the bottom. And then I'll go back to this and see how it blends. It's a bit of a worry with it being two different makes, because it looks like it's just giving me a line, which isn't really what I wanted. But we can make do with that for this time. Maybe they're different blenders, I don't know. So that was the dark. Let's just go in and see if I can do something with. That's better. It's blending it a bit better. Okay, maybe we'll can use it maybe for a couple more up here. I don't want to use it too much. What I need is a Stampin' Up fairy, you know, one of those that suddenly puts all the Stampin' Up stuff into the you could see in the chat, but also the messenger. Yeah, that's what was happening before. There is a way to do it, but it starts talking about, when I was looking at the videos yesterday on how to do it, it was talking about widgets and softwares and all these sorts of things, which left Lorraine thinking, oh my goodness, because Lorraine is really not very tech-minded. And I really need like an 18-year-old or something to come in and show me what to do. It'd be great. And all my young tech people, actually they don't have to be 18, do they? They can be, that's right, this is a darker one. I'm just not very tech savvy. I'm surprised I can even get onto Restream, to be honest. It's horrible, and I do try and I do want to learn, but I do get really frustrated as well. Oh, okay, I'll have a look in a second. It's quite interesting, so it'll be interesting to see if you see what I see when you're it sounds like one of those silly things, if you see what I see. One of those. I'll have a look in a minute, Suzanne. I'll just because I don't want to bore everybody silly with this. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to use the yellow. Oh, that's not the yellow. Don't use that one. I'm just going to use the yellow in the middle here, just like I did before. A little bit in each of these. You know, I'm doing these and I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do when I'm finished. I'm just cutting it all out and then we'll go from there. You're not tech savvy either, Tanya. I wish I knew more. Like, I wish I I suppose just like everything, it's time consuming to learn it. And all right, you know, I'm sort of only working 1 day a week now, but I still don't know that. It's funny because you say, oh, I'm only going to work 1 day a week, that'll give me more time, and then blow me, all these things come up that suddenly need to be done, and you find that even that time is sort of taken up, and you think, well, how did that happen? Because, you know, I used to do it all while I was working, and now even the extra time is being filled up with stuff. I think I mentioned the other day, it's like these visa things that we have to get for the UK. And so I've got to try and deal with that this afternoon with my husband's one, because apparently his camera is not compatible, and I'm supposing it's not compatible with the app. I don't know. So we need to deal with that as well this afternoon. Otherwise, I'll be going to England and he won't. Of course, he will. And my friend Sue, she also has to sort it out because hers wasn't compatible either. Let's see. Let me say that's a little pink bud up there. We can do that. And then we'll just add. Look, I missed a whole thing out there. And then we'll just add. Right, and now I'm going to just go back with the yellow just to blend all that in a bit. All right, I think that will do. Move all these pens out of the way. We'll get the cut and emboss machine back. And we'll cut out this one. Where are they here? That's this one. Does anyone else have trouble getting those off of that sticky tape sometimes? Okay, so this is going to go on here. And pop that in, pop the plate on, and we'll take it through. There we go. We have that one. All right, let's have a look at how we're going to piece this all together. So what I wanted to do with this was I want to pop this up. I wanted to use this as the main spray on the top, and then have some of the greenery coming out. These can also go on the top. One can go underneath. And a couple of these. Like, it's much easier, isn't it, to do it once it's all put down. But and then have these coming out from underneath with a bit of the, maybe do it going into the corner like that with the sparkle in there as well. I might have to cut some of them off, but do the sparkle in there as well. What do we think? Or I could probably put the sparkle up there with the single one, and then just have these coming down out from underneath, and see how that goes. Give that a bit of oomph, and then maybe take one of these down there as well. And we could possibly take, you know what, let's do it and see how we go. Thank you. Yeah, I just, like I said, I wish I had the more of the blends, but I don't. So first thing I'm going to do is pop this up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sort of randomly pop them into the middle, because I'm going to want to push things underneath. So I don't want to overload it so that I have trouble with that. So yeah, I'm just going to now, which is the right way and which is that's the right way there. So I really, yeah, I've got to leave myself room to put bits and pieces under. So I'm just going to put 4 on there for now, because it's going to be high enough that I can lift it. I'm going to park that in the middle there. So that's that bit. Now, I definitely want that across there like that. So that's not you know, we're not even going to negotiate that. You have to go and set up cards. Yeah, okay. I'll be on yours when you're finished. When I'm finished, sorry. And I'll pop over and see what you're up to, Suzanne, over there. Okay, so just let me use some glue. I'm going to pop this one down flat. It's funny, isn't it? Because the minute you start doing a lot of your colouring and your cutting on line, it starts to make the video a lot longer. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I just want that to pop across there like that. Now, these leaves and that, I may have to cut them down, which won't matter at all, because I had 2/3 of them, if not more, underneath. That one's twisted itself. Okay, so I'm literally going to cut this sort of like, let me see, if I cut it there. Now, if I pop that one under there, and then I'm going to probably cut this one the same or similar. And I want to put this one, let's pop it, that one can go under there. So now I can put another one here. Now, if I'm careful here, I'm using huge scissors, mind. If I'm careful here, what I should be able to do is put a bit of that up under there like that, and a bit of it down here with that, which actually makes that look. And then I've got the 2 flowers, so I'm thinking I will pop one up here, and I'm not even sure that I'll use the other one. So let me pop this one up. Put a couple of those on there. And let me put that, pop that up just, I don't like that. Pop it up going off the edge like that. And then let me put these underneath here how I want them. I'm just going to glue those. Just put a little bit of glue at the bottom, but also bearing in mind that we've got the embossed bottom, so it does take a little bit more glue. So let's pop that in there. And then I'm going to do the same with this one here. Put it at a bit of an angle. And now let's go down and put this one in. Do you know what? I'm actually thinking that I'm just going to keep the greens down here, and I am going to pop this up along with this one in here. We'll just see how that works. So let me grab, oh, I've got one here, this, and get rid of that. We'll just see how this, literally, like I said at the beginning, this morning, I am just going with the flow, people. Whatever it looks, I think looks good, we will do. So because that's just greenery, and I'm just thinking popped up and just under there, it might look quite nice on there. What do we think? And then while I'm at it, I'll use these enormous scissors and just chop that off. How does that look? Does that look okay? Hi, Lynn. I'm playing this morning. I'm doing all sorts of bits and pieces. Might leave that one off. I don't want to overdo it. So did I stick that? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. No. All right, so pop these ones in. Like I said, we do need that extra little bit of glue simply because we're going on to an embossed piece. And then this little bit here, a little bit of sparkle that we found. Go in there. You can spread it on there a little bit further. There we go. There's the front of the card. That one I'll save for another time. These little bits I can use at another time. How does that look? So what we're going to do now is somewhere amongst all this stuff I had, oh, I know where I can use that. We're now going to pop this onto the card base, and it's going white on white. We could put it onto a pink, but I think I'm just going to put it on the white today with the background. So again, just that little bit of extra glue. Sorry if you can't see it. Just to make sure that it sticks because of the embossing, and I think that glue has just about finished. So we will stick this onto here like this. I'm not going to put a sentiment on the front. I don't always like to put sentiments on the front. It's just me, but it's how I like to do it. So I prefer to put my sentiment in the middle. So today I am going to, what does that one say? No, we don't want that one. Got some ready laid up here, so let's use We can use I appreciate your thoughtfulness. This morning we can use that. Let me just fits on there. And I will stamp it in the, let's get Petunia Pop. We'll do a nice bright one in the middle. There we go. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. And then I can stick this little flower that I had. You had me on 2 computers. Oh my goodness. Surely one of me is enough, Suzanne. Sorry, there was a question above that I can't see at the moment. Let me go up. That looks great. Which stamps are you using? I am using Memorable Blooms, Tanya. It's one of the newer ones. So I'm just going to stick that on there, on the inside, on the insert. And then I'm not going to use that because I don't think that glue, I think that glue's had it. Try the other one. Although it doesn't feel much better. This one feels like it's got some in. So when I have my classes here, I have 2 or 3 of these glues out. And then I can never keep track of which ones are empty and which ones aren't. But I don't want to go throwing them out. Blessed cat's hair. My goodness. Who else owns cats? I know Suzanne does. Zeus is gorgeous. I have a ragdoll cross who, since I lost his brother back in September, now thinks he rules the place. It's before Mischief left us. He ruled the place. Now, what do you think? Do you like that? And that's the front of the card, and that's the inside. So we can't go without putting our this bling. This one's nearly empty. So I have, there it is. So of course we can use the Wink of Star, and that will also help to blend those flowers in together. Like that on the flowers. And I'm going to use some sort of sparkly dots because I think it needs sparkly dots. What do you think? Let's see what we've got. Today might be a clear druzy day. What do you reckon? So that we don't take up too much more time. And I know some of you ladies, you want to get on over and see Suzanne's cards in a second. So I'd like to get over there too. All right, so I'm not, no choices today. This is it. I'm just using the clear, sparkly druzies because I can. So I want to put one big one, and I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to take a couple of the little ones. Now I don't know how they're going to stick here, but we're about to find out. One there, and then I'm going right up here with the other one. There we go. And that's our card today. Okay, I literally flew by the seat of my pants today, so maybe I should do it more often because it doesn't look too bad at all, does it? Okay, Beautiful. Oh, I might just flick a bit of wink on the inside there. Just to give that a bit more of a... There we go. All done. Alrighty, well, let me come back up to the top. I'll have to move that camera out of the way. There we go. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun because, like I said, I had no clue what we were going to end up with, but we ended up with quite a pretty card. And I'm quite happy with that. I will see you all again tomorrow. So this week, what's today? Oh, Thursday today. Isn't it great to have the grandbaby? So my two came and saw me yesterday afternoon, but that's lovely. Okay, so tomorrow I will probably be on around about the same time, which is Friday, and then Monday I have to work in the morning. So yes, although I've retired, I'm still doing 7 till 10. So I'll probably go on later, possibly around about 11:30, somewhere around there. And so that's what's that, Monday. Tuesday I'll be fine. Wednesday I'm working all day, so I may not do one at all Wednesday. Thursday I'll be fine, and then Friday might be a later one again. So hopefully I'll get to see you all again soon, and thank you so much for joining me. If anybody has any questions, please don't feel free to ask, and I can help you. If you could subscribe, give me the thumbs up, all those things that help, that help to get us out there, that would be absolutely wonderful. And I do appreciate every single one of you. You're going to watch the replay. Don't we have so many appointments and things these days? And Lynn, that's absolutely fine. I mean, life stands in the way sometimes, and then when you think of it, it's not really standing in the way at all. It's just because we want to do something different. Alrighty, I'll see you all as soon as I can, and bye for now.